Right, hi there, guys. I think I am now live. I just thought I'd pop on again. I don't know how long I've got because Andrew's making dinner again. So we will see. Oh, I haven't paused it. Hold on. Right, Savada. How many times? Right, so I think I'm all set up. I've just got the chat open. Hi there, Robin, Jason, Sib K, Amy. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I've done a couple of these, and they're really good fun. Basically, the format is I'm still using my book, my TV Queen Toys book, which I love. I'm going to take another look in here and see if we can find some stuff that's worth keeping your eyes peeled for to sell on eBay and reminisce about some old toys. And what's that? Sib K has just super chatted £5. Thank you for that. And said, can you name a shelf after me? If you've just watched the Here and Beck, Sib K super chatted those guys to name one of their blue storage boxes after him. I'll happily name a shelf after if you like, Sib. Anyone in particular? There's quite a few to choose from. I will do that just for you after the stream. Kay Horsley, yeah, I thought the t-shirt was suitable for this. I made another video earlier, so when that one comes out, probably tomorrow, I'm not wearing the same shirt the next day. I recorded a video earlier. So yeah, that's the plan for these videos. I'm gonna crack on because Andrew is making dinner and I don't have very long. Yeah, I'm gonna dip in here and we're gonna look up some stuff and see what we can find out. If you have any suggestions, again, for toys that you remember from the 70s or 80s or 90s, if you're younger than us oldies, then let me know. So that's the plan. I just flicked this open actually at something rather cool. This was, I think it was made, was it Palitoy? Yeah, Palitoy was a Death Star. So for the vintage figures, you had this kind of play set. I wonder if anyone's got any of them for sale on eBay because not many of these would have survived. It was kind of like a 3D cardboard thing. Anybody have that back in the 70s? I never saw one back in the day. I'm going to look that up. Let's start there. Where am I going to put this? Hold on. Stuff everywhere. This is my pile that I've been trying to work through today, listing. I've got a load of stuff done, but that's what I'm going to try and finish off tonight. Hi there, Andrea. Cohen's in Chelsea. Hi, guys. Just going to get to the end of the chat. Sue, hi there. She says, yeah, you caught one at the beginning. I don't know how long I can be on for because dinner is being made right now. Colin, too tired to move. I did see all my mates the other night, so I'm just going to relax this evening. Are you a bit hungover? Okay. Hi, Elmo. Right, I'm going to screen share and we'll see if we can find, have a guess in the chat if I can find any of these Star Wars, like Death Star toy sets. I think it's based on the Death Star anyway. Yeah, Death Star playset. They can't be cheap because I would imagine most of those would not have survived. Well, I need to get an eBay window set up. Let's do that. And that. Share. Right, okay. So here we are in eBay. So we've got Palitoy, Star Wars, Death Star, all one word. I'm not sure. I'm going to do it as two. Death Star. Let's go for that. Barry says, I had the Star Wars Rebel transporter. It was a big ship that doubled as a figure carrier. Yes, a friend of mine had that. I remember that. I could look that up as well, actually. Hey, Stephen Steph. You crazy cats. Welcome in. What is going on here? Nick naming shelves after people in the chat. Yeah, I know. Crazy, huh? Right, let's go. Completed. Replacement vintage Star Wars Palitoy Death Star. So that's just a box. That's playset canopy cover. £99. Here we go. Holy moly, look at that one. Star Wars Vintage 1979. Let's go into this. 460. What the? Right, that's crazy. I figured they'd be worth something because these would have just not survived, would they? That was the canopy that the other person was selling, wasn't it? That plastic bit there. Jeez. So yeah, that's what it is. If you see one of these unassuming things at a boot sale, even if it's just bits of it, look at that, and that's ripped. Look at that rip there. Jeez. So yeah, that's essentially like a bunch of bits of cardboard and a couple of guns and things. Wow. Let's come out there. £460 plus shipping. Epic. Let me see what else we've got. Oh, it's not many. See, rare as hell. But there's one with a box. Or is that just a box? 136. That seems way cheap compared to the other one. One segment of it, look, £21. Another segment, 35. There's another one there, 395. Wow. That's with a box. So yeah, needless to say, keep your eyes peeled for these. Look at that. Okay, that was cool. What was that thing that I said I'd look up? What was it? Transporter, Rebel Transporter. I do vaguely remember this. Star Wars Vintage Rebel Transporter. Let's try that. Here we go. This was what I was thinking. This one. Let's go completed. Well, let's go solds. £38. Is that what you were thinking? I can't remember who put it in the chat. This thing. It opens up. Let's see if there's any pictures. Doesn't seem to be masses of value. Let's see if they had any pictures of it open. Why has that not worked? Right. Oh, that's it. 2 pictures. Come on. Who lists that with only 2 pictures? That's ridiculous. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Is this what you were thinking of, the person who suggested this? Not a great deal of value in it, surprisingly, by the look of it. That ended at 22. Let me just see if I can find a picture of that shows how it folds out, and it has the little sections in it for you. There you go. Yeah, this is what I was imagining or remembering. And you store all your figures in it and stuff. Okay, so not a great deal of value in those, so don't pay up on those if you see them. Right, let me just pop out of here. I can't find the main screen now. Right, let me dip in. Which shelf did you get? I haven't picked yet. I'll write a little name tag and stick it on. Is this a Star Wars Day special? It could be. Oh my God, it's May the 4th. Yeah, let's do Star Wars stuff. Well, that's a Star Wars item anyway. I don't know if there's much else Star Wars in here. The thing is, we all know that Star Wars stuff is collected and has value, the vintage stuff particularly. So I'm not going to do the whole thing on Star Wars. Stop Boris. What the hell? Anyone remember Boris the Spider? Stop Boris. I could look that up. Strawberry shortcake. Andrea had these when she was a kid. They used to smell, didn't they? I'm sure Andrea was telling me that they used to have a smell. So strawberry would smell of strawberry. Is that right? Anyone remember those? Reselling Polly asks, search vintage Polly pockets. Well, I could do. We all know about those, but I'll do that. Let me write this down. Yeah, if you don't know about Polly pockets, it will blow your mind what some of them sell for. I've done really well on those in the past. Stop Boris. I've never heard of that spider thing. And strawberry shortcake. Shortcake. Okay. Cohen, for a bit of plastic and cardboard. I know, right? I am way behind. I was going to guess about 80. What, on the Star Wars playset? Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, right. It was Barry. Yes, that's the one I had. Yeah, that's the one I remember. I never had it. I had very little Star Wars stuff back in the day. Right. I'm going to try and get... What about battling tops? I looked that up in one of the other ones. I think this is the third one of these I've done. If you go into the channel, you'll be able to scroll back and find the other videos. $6 Million Man. Yes, I think you asked last time for that, Chelsea. We'll have a look. Okay. Blitz. I didn't realize Polly Pocket was so expensive. Yeah, I'll do that search now. I don't know how long I've got, guys, if you just joined me. We've got 87 people in, so welcome. If you've just joined, basically all I'm doing is enjoying myself, looking up vintage toys on eBay and sharing it with you, sharing some memories and hopefully finding some stuff that you can remember if it's worth some money while you're out and about. Yeah, just enjoying ourselves, really, on a Friday evening. So let's start with Polly Pocket. If you don't know what Polly Pockets are, they were released in the 80s and through to the 90s. I think there's a version of it still going. I may be wrong. And they're little kind of... How would you describe Polly Pockets? The early ones, the ones my daughters, no, my sisters had, were like little clamshell things that open up. I'll show you. Polly Pocket. I'll add vintage to it as well. And we'll go sold. I'm trying and get the chat open as well. So this is what they are. These are little houses. I had some like that not long ago. Here's a bundle that's finished at 671. Let's go into that and just see what was included if I can open it. Right. So yeah, this is a good example. So you can see the little round ones that open up. They're called like clamshells. They're really collected. Well, it's all really collected. I mean, how many sets are there? 30 or 40 maybe? And that's gone for in the hundreds. What did it sell for? I can't remember now. So yeah, just grab it if you see it. They come in all shapes and sizes. They're basically little tiny play sets with a theme, and they had little tiny, like crazy tiny figures in. Wow, look at that one in its box. That's epic. See, in that bag, you can see the figures. They were tiny little choking hazard size figures. So any of these, if you're unsure when you find one, they all say Bluebird. They were made by a firm called Bluebird. And yeah, they're absolutely great. There's a huge collector's market for it. Let's go back in and have a look. Let me go highest price just for fun quickly. Christy's just in. Hi there. My best friend collected Polly Pockets as a child. I had never seen any at the charity shop or car boot. Yeah. £899. Who pays that? Isn't it insane? Vintage Polly Pocket, 12 items together. Oh, that's just one of them. Look at these big bundles. 411. Good God. Yeah, there's a collection of these are the ones I tend to see when I'm out and about, although I don't see as many now because most people are cottoning onto this now. So I'm seeing less and less. These little clamshell ones, you see, look at those, fantastic. Loads of figures in that. If you get them with the figures, it really, really ups their value. There's the little figures, look, tiny little things. So that's Polly Pocket. Anyway, keep your eyes peeled for those. Just silly, silly money. Golden Shiny Lip Gloss, 1994, 300. That's not just for that. Surely that's not just for that. It is. Good Lord. There's one to put on your bolo list, people. Little gold. Oh, is that got lip gloss in it? It has. Wow. Who has the money to spend on this stuff? What did that go for? 300. Geez, that's insane. Properly insane. Right. Okay. So that's Polly Pocket. If you didn't know about that, you do now. Stop Boris. Right. I don't know that we're going to find this. Stop Boris Spider. Oh, there you go. Very rare vintage retro corgi Stop Boris infrared spider game, battery operated. Ah. Well, that's sold. They've both sold. Let me go into this. Yeah, right. Chrissy in the chat there. Who has money for this stuff? I know. My favorite sort of customers. They're insane. My favorite customers have more money than sense. So what is this thing all about? So it's like a big green spider. So there's a gun. What's the gun for? You meant to shoot the spider? I'm confused. Stop Boris. Yeah, I bet you have to shoot him. How does this thing work? Andy, we need to stop Boris. Was that like the catchphrase for this thing? I have never seen this. I have no memory of this. Ah, okay. Big, ugly green spider thing. Worth money by the sound. I mean, I don't know that. Oh, well, it says sold for 75, but I think they actually took an offer on that, didn't they? Yeah, there's a line through it, so I don't know what it sold for, but yeah, that's cool. So that's Stop Boris, big ugly green spider thing. What else were we going to do? Strawberry shortcake. Well, actually, I'll do. What was Chelsea after? $6 Million Man. $6 Million Man. And this was based on a TV show, wasn't it? That I vaguely remember. Let's go figure. Chelsea, I think it was a bit like Tin Can Alley, had a light sensor. So you'd shoot him in the face and he'd stop? Maybe? Huh. Holy moly. $6 Million Man, 13-inch figure, Dennis Fisher never used. Wow, so that's an unused one. Wow, nice pink box. So this is what you're looking for then. That's what, quite an unassuming looking thing, isn't it? $6 Million Man, Oscar Goldman vintage figure. Okay. Remember that face, guys. I'm assuming this is what, Action Man sort of size? Have you ever had this, Chelsea? £140 for that one. Oh, that one's boxed. So I'm guessing it's going to come down an awful lot unboxed. Let me just take off highest priced. Just do that. See what else comes up. So yeah, there's unboxed one there, 36. This is more likely that you're going to find one kind of loose at a car boot sale. Yeah, more in the sort of reasonable realms of prices. It's still well worth picking up. So it's got a red outfit on in most of these pictures. Looks like that's what it came with, maybe as standard. Barry Francis, wow, I wish I'd kept my brother's $6 Million Man. Chelsea, yes, he came with all sorts of equipment, right? Lady Lolly, leave Boris alone. I don't remember Boris still. Brenko Sales, got $6 Million Man red suit sitting on the shelf, but needs rebuilding. No box, but got engine. Got engine? Value about $35. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems similar, unless you've got it boxed, looking at these prices. Not worth big money. $6 Million Man Jamie Summers, Bionic Woman. There's a woman version. Reproduction box there. So yeah, nice one, Chelsea. Well worth looking out for. We were going to do strawberry shortcake. Now, like I say, Andrew used to love this stuff. She really regrets getting rid of hers. Shortcake figure. Okay, so now I think there were like plush dolls, and there were. Let me go highest first and see what we come up with. Sue, Vintage Cindy. Oh, there's some crazy money in Vintage Cindy. Lindsay Wagner. Oh, hi there, Joe. My pet rat. Bionic Woman. Okay. So I never watched it. I didn't know it. I have no memory of that. Julie. Oh, I had a huge collection of strawberry shortcake dolls and their pets. Right. Okay. Wow. There you go. See, as ever, boxed. The collectors go nuts for it. £76.80. That one's in America. So it looks like the ones you want are these bigger plush ones. Let's see if we can find. I'm gonna go UK. Let's see what that brings. Okay, so there you go. This is what I was imagining. So there's I think they're soft-bodied, aren't they? And that one's got its pet. Vintage retro strawberry shortcake figure, original clothing, and custard cat. So not big money on that one, £25, but it's worth kind of trying to remember these. I think they've all got freckles, they've got big heads, and they're all fruit themed. So that's strawberry, and there are other ones, aren't there? Let's see if we can find any more. Oh, they've done vinyl pops for them. That's interesting. So they're a modern kind of remakes of it. Let's see if we can find. Oh, these are all the modern vinyl pops. Okay, let's put vintage. Julie, about 6 to 7 inches tall. Okay, cool. Holly Hobby, that's another good one to see. Yeah, there's all sorts of Holly Hobby stuff out there, isn't there? See, there's someone just had the cat minifigure. It's not much of the stuff, but there's a Care Bear there. Oh, and then we're down to these international ones. There's very little available on here. So yeah, if you can spot them, grab those, certainly. What were we going to look at? I don't know how long I've got now, guys. Oh, Cindy's. Right, vintage Cindy. If I do this by highest first, it will freak us out. Oh, it's on highest first. There you go. Rare vintage pedigree Cindy doll mint in box. There you go, mint in box. That's what the collectors want. 1,400. Are you serious? Is it just me? She's a little bit ugly. Wow. Well, it's in the box, but I'd hardly call that mint. The box is absolutely knackered. I suppose they're saying the doll is mint. So, yeah, that says it all, really, doesn't it? She was a hottie. What, Cindy, Joe? Hey, Krillin, how you doing? Thanks for the super chat. I have someone coming for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles skateboard today. FB. What's FB? Oh, Facebook. You sold it on Facebook? Mask. Oh, Adrian, yeah. Mask Visionaries, yep. And Centurions. We had a wooden wheel and a stick. Any value in them? What, are you that old, Jason? Let's just scroll down these, Cindy. See what else we've got. Look at that. £320. Oh, that's in box. See, I'd never just picture an item that is boxed without its box in the main picture. You know what I mean? Yeah, loads of money in this vintage Cindy stuff. £250. Vintage blonde Cindy doll, 68.69. Rare outfit. It's incredible what people will spend on this stuff. Joe's saying, last week, early 1960s Barbies. First time in a long time I've found any of those. Oh, you picked some up. Are you making videos at the minute, Joe? I've not watched any for a while. Need to get over there and catch up if you are. Right, let me scroll back. See, I've kind of ditched the book now. I'm just winging it, seeing what you say. Mask, yeah, mask toys are good. I don't think I've ever bought or sold any. And again, it's not something I remember, so I don't really know what to look out for. Vintage mask toys. Will that bring it up? I'm worried I'm just going to get lots of masks. Yeah, I am. Let's take highest price off. Oh, it's yeah, it's got the dots, hasn't it? Let's do that. There we go. Mask, dynamo vehicle and figures boxed, £50. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm looking for. Does anyone know in the chat how you can tell if you've got a mask toy? Vintage Kenner. So they're all labeled as Kenner. Now, let me just scroll down in the chat. Joe, still cranking up for the videos. This week is only the second time the weather has cooperated this spring. Yeah, mask with the dots, Joe. Yeah, I figured that out. Hey, Darren. Add Kebner to the keyword, or do you mean Kenner? Kenner, yeah. Okay. I was just wondering, because I've never really had any mask stuff. So I assume if you find it in the wild, let's go into these pictures. It's going to say Kenner, like the old Star Wars figures on it somewhere. Let's see if they've done a picture of it. Some good pictures, but no pictures of the like copyright and manufacturer name there. So yeah, anyone know how I would identify mask stuff? Reseller niche, hi there. I still have my old mask stuff. Cool. I really wouldn't know what I was looking for. Like are the figures similar to the old Kenner Star Wars ones then? Same sort of size, or are they smaller? I'm not even sure what the sort of sizing is on this. I need to do some research. I need to go to a vintage toy shop and get some of these in my hands, I think. Because I would pass this stuff by right now, I'm being honest. I've not had it and I don't really know what I'm looking for. But as you can see from the completed, there's definitely money in it. They're a bit smaller, says Barry. Okay. It's a bit smaller than the vintage Star Wars. Darren, smaller than Star Wars. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I really need to. There was a really cool place in Camden when I was up there with Zahir and Beck. It was a really, really cool little vintage toy place up there. They had I did film a little bit in there actually. I think I'm going to spend some time in there and get some of this stuff in my hands and do some research that way. Right, what else was I going to look up? Rather G.I. Joe like, says Joe. Right, I'll tell you another good one, and I've had some of this stuff on and off, and I do still see it at boot sales. I think I just saw someone mention this in the chat actually. Is Subutio. I'd imagine most of you know about this. Let me just draw my blind. People are peering in. Yeah, if I go Subutio and do highest price first, I'll just put vintage in there. Highest price. Chrissy says, I love vintage toys. I just don't know much about them or see them very often. Yeah, I know some stuff, but I only really know stuff that I either had or I've managed to find. It's such a huge subject. Oh my God, look at that. Vintage Subbuteo team, Partick. That should say Partick, not Patrick. Surely they've even spelt it wrong. I am right, aren't I? The team is Partick Thistle, not Patrick Thistle. Is that real? 1,320. Oh my Lord. For one team of figures. Joe, if you're still in, did you guys, I guess you guys never had this in America because soccer isn't really big over there. This is like a tabletop game where you flick these figures around and you have like an oversized ball and you play football with your fingers. And there's a crazy, crazy collector's market for this over here. I'm guessing that was just a rare team. Yes, Partick, says Colin. I knew it. Patrick Thistle. And it's still sold. It's still got many people finding it. That's a crazy figure. What we got here? £565 for a job lot. Wow. Joe's never seen these. I doubt you will. I bet there's virtually none in America. But it was really popular, sort of, I don't know when it started, maybe in the 60s. I remember it as a kid in the 80s still being kind of big. But yeah, I've picked up, not for a long time. I did get a job lot of teams in their boxes once, but they were later stuff. I think it was like 80s. They were a bit more like this, the ones I managed to find. And I didn't have any particularly rare teams, but they all sold. Torino. Vintage Torino. But yeah, that's generally how they come. You'd get a team in a box with the goalie on a stick. And yeah, great stuff. Right. I'm forgetting what things you guys have suggested. I don't know how long I've got. Andrew's going to come in any minute and tell me that dinner's ready. She'll probably come in the chat. Tell me if Andrew's been in the chat and I've missed her. Let me scroll back and see. Oh, I tell you what I want to look up. Or did I look it up last time? I don't think I did. This is something I remember. Let me know in the chat if any of you guys had these Zoids. I absolutely loved these things. Are we on completed? No, let's go sold. Yeah, I had a bunch of these things and absolutely adored them. I guess this was, I was about 9 or 10 maybe, so early, very early 80s. I had these. There was little tiny wind-up ones like this. I had loads from this set. It was like blue ones which were goodies, I think, and red ones that were baddies. Hello, is dinner ready? Yes. Oh, hi there. I'm gonna have to wrap it up in a minute, guys. Yeah, did anyone else have these in the 80s? That's quite cheap. I think I want to start collecting these, I tell you. Look, for 10 quid, oh my God, the nostalgia. They were like robotic dinosaur machines, and they had little guys, little gold guys in that cockpit. You can open that up. It had a little gold guy in there. You can see it. Made by Tomy. And then they wound up. They had a little clockwork engine in, and they wound up, and then they zoomed around or they walked or whatever. And I just adored these things. I used to take them all apart and lay them all out in their bits. And yeah, oh, loved them. Anyone else have these? Well, Simon said there, 1,320, and they still charged postage. Yeah, like I did on my Atari cart when I sold that. I still had postage on it. Let me catch up in the chat. Zoidzilla was the best one. My favorite was the giant Zerk, was it? Your dinner's in the dog. Not quite yet, Corinne. I've got a few minutes and then I'm gonna have to go. Barry Francis, I had some small ones. My mate had the big gorilla one. I'm going to try and find you guys, see if I can find a completed. The big ones do hold a lot more value. I had that. That was Aquazoid, wasn't it? No, Hydrazoid. Oh, I had that. I used to play with this one in the bath. It actually floated. These little tanks on the side allowed the thing to float, and then it swam. I tell you, they were genius. And you could take them all apart, a little bit like Lego in a way, and then build them all back together. Had interchangeable bits on. Oh, I'm geeking out now. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find the, I think it was called Zurk. Zoids Zurk. Well, that's the, let's go into complete. That's the instructions for it. There it is. Yeah, I had this thing. And this took like 4 or 5 of those big chunky batteries and would walk around and its head would go up and down. Such a cool thing. Oh, that's really incomplete as well. And it lumbered around. Oh, I wish I'd kept mine. Look at that thing. They were a work of art, these. All based on like real historical dinosaurs. But look at that. Not really masses of money. Zoidzilla was a big one that looked like a gorilla. Yes, I never had that one. This was the only big one that I ever had, and I bought that off one of my friends. Zoidzilla. Let's check Zoidzilla quickly. And then I'm going to have to think about wrapping this up before my dinner is actually in the dog. What's Krillin just said there? Nick, explain to a 20-year-old that we kept this secret. We kept what secret, Krillin? What do you mean? Explain to a 20-year-old that we kept this secret. I don't know what you mean. Right, so this is Zoidzilla. Oh, some good value on that, look. £70. Yeah, this was 100% complete working. Pocketeers, Bumcracker Picker. Yeah, I used to find loads of them in the late 80s. No, not late 80s, late 90s when I first started selling on eBay. Made by Tomy, weren't they, Pocketeers? There's Zoidzilla. So if you can remember what these look like, grab them. They're so cool. I think I'm going to start collecting. I'm going to start sniping cheap ones off eBay. Nick is getting in trouble, says Stephen Steph. Dinner is getting cold. Yeah, I've got to go. Right, let me just come out of screen share and I will wrap this up. I can't find the screen to end the screen share. Where is it? Right, I think that's worked. There you go. Right, I've got to go. My dinner's ready. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching after the event, let me know in the comments below if you had any of those toys or things that you remember from your childhood that we'll take a look at next time. And hopefully there was something in there that will just jog your memory while you're out and about, and you'll be able to pick some of this stuff up and make some good money. So thanks everybody who's in the chat. Thanks for the suggestions of things to look up. We will do this again soon. Bye, guys. See you, Joe. Thanks for popping in. See you, Chelsea. Bye, Chrissy. Yep, have a good evening. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, guys.